What's up, Calcubots? I'm back with another video, once again with polynomial division, but this time instead of using long division, we're going to use something called synthetic division. Okay? So this is purely with something called synthetic division. Let me write that on the title right here. Synthetic division. Just like that. Synthetic division. Okay? Alright. So in order to do synthetic division, and long division for that matter, is something I forgot to bring up. We need to first make sure that a polynomial that we're dividing into has all its missing terms. So this is a second degree polynomial, but it's missing its first degree term. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite it as negative x squared plus 0x minus 1. Okay? I didn't change anything. All I did was write the missing term. We need the missing term. And we're still dividing by x plus 1. Okay. Now, in order to do synthetic division, we need the root. And we need the root from x plus 1. So let's find the root. So x plus 1 is equal to 0. That means that x equals negative 1. So we have identified the root right there, minus 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the root, minus 1, and we're going to put it into a box like that. Next, I'm going to grab the coefficients of the number we're dividing into. So the coefficient on the negative x squared term is negative 1. Then the coefficient of the x term is 0. Then the coefficient of the constant term is negative 1. Just like that. Cool. And then we're going to add a line. Just like this. Okay? The next thing you do is you bring down the first coefficient. Just bring it down. Just like that. Next, we're going to multiply. Negative 1, the green negative 1 times the white negative 1 gives me a positive 1. Right? So you multiply and then you bring it right there. Then we add them. 0 plus 1 is 1. Then we multiply again. Negative 1, remember the green one right here? We're going to multiply it again by the next one, which is this one right here. So negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. And we're going to add them. So what's negative 1 plus negative 1? We get negative 2. And we don't have anything else, so we stop it there. Just like that. And we're done. Now, keep this in mind, right? We divided by a linear term. X plus 1 is linear because it's a degree 1. So that means that when we divide a second degree term by a first degree term, this basically drops down by 1 degree. We started with second degree, right? This right here is second degree. Second degree. And we divided by first degree, which means that our answer right here, our new polynomial, is going to be first degree. It drops down by 1. Okay? So our answer now is this. We grab the coefficients, right? Negative 1, 1, and minus 2. And then we just add a term that's 1 degree less. So in this case, it was second degree divided for first degree, which means this is a first degree polynomial, plus 1 minus the remainder. This number right here, negative 2 in the box, is the remainder. So our remainder is going to be minus 2 is our remainder, but we're going to put it with the original divisor we have, which is x plus 1. And this is our answer right there. That's our new polynomial. Synthetic division is a lot faster than long division, and in my opinion, it's the superior method. But keep in mind that in order to use synthetic division, the coefficient next to the root right here has to be 1. Okay, right here. If this was a 2, we would have to do some manipulating. But because it's a 1, we can just do it from the get-go. Let's do another example. Okay? Again, we're doing synthetic division. So the next example I have for you guys is the following. So number 2. I have 2x squared minus 3x plus 2 divided by x plus 2. Okay, we have all the terms, so we're not skipping any. We go from first degree to from second degree to first degree to 0th degree, so we're good. So this one's already good. We can just grab the coefficients. Okay, so let's grab the coefficients. So the coefficients are going to be 2, -3, and 2, just like that. Now we need to know what our root is. You might be tempted just to say, oh, it's 2. Nope, don't do that. First, to grab it, set it equal to 0, which means that our root is actually -2. So we're going to get -2 right there. Next, we're going to draw a line in white, preferably, right here, just to keep it all together. And we're going to drop the first number. Just drop it. Now, our answer here, we're dividing a second degree by a first degree, so we're going to get a first degree polynomial. That's going to be our answer, a first degree. Okay? It always drops down by 1 when you're dividing. If you divide by a linear term, if it was like, let's say 3 right there, then it would be a second degree. But because it's a 2, we're dropping it down by 1. So you multiply, -2 times 2 is -4. And you always add them, okay? So -3 plus -4 is -7. Now we multiply again, -2, right? Here, I will have it written for you guys so you guys keep track. -2 times 2 is equal to -4. You know what? In fact, I'll even put it in pink so that we can keep track of where I'm getting these numbers from. All right? Color coding always helps me keep track of things. I hope it helps you keep track of things too. So the next one we're going to do, let me get rid of this little note, is -2 times -7, and that equals +14, right? So we get 14 right there, and we're going to add it. I'm not adding it because it's positive. You just add it no matter what. Notice I added a -4, so I'm adding a +14 just because my result is positive. And this is going to be our last one, which means this will be our remainder. So 2 plus 14 is 16. And we're done. Which leaves me with my final answer as 2x minus 7 plus 16 over x plus 2. Remember, you always keep what you start with, right? This is our final answer right here. That's our final answer. Let me zoom out. Right there, that's our final answer. This is a lot faster than long division, which is why it's my preferred method. But you might run into some problems sometimes when the divisor's coefficient is not 1. But there's a workaround for that, and I'm going to show you guys what it is. But in the meantime, let's just keep this as is, all right? Cool. So 2x squared minus 3x plus 2 divided by x plus 2 is equal to 2x minus 7 plus 16 over x plus 2. Just like that. All right? Let's keep going. by the way, if you get a 0 here where the 16 is, that means there's no remainder, which means that it's a factor. Okay? X plus 2 is not a factor because you don't get a remainder. It's not a perfect factor or a factor at all. You get a remainder. But when you get no remainder, that means it's a factor, right? It's a root of that polynomial. All right? My next example is going to be this for you guys. Here we go. Number 3. Number 3 is x cubed minus 126 divided by x minus 5. Just like that. All right? We're missing some terms on this one, so I'm going to write them in. So x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 126, right? All I'm doing is rewriting it. I'm allowed to do that because by adding 0x squared and 0, it's not really changing it, right? Adding 0 doesn't change anything. But I need those coefficients so I don't skip any terms. Okay? Divided by x minus 5. So let's find our root. In this case, our root is equal to 5. So that's what's going to go in this little box right here. So 5. Next, let's grab our coefficients. So we have 1, 0, 0, and negative 126. All right? X is simply x to the first. And then the 126 actually has a 0th term right there. But because the 0th term is 1, we don't write it. We just keep it as a constant term. So that's our constant. Right? So you go from decreasing order. You have to have these. Otherwise, the synthetic division or long division, for that matter, won't work. You have to write these missing coefficients. Okay? And if they're missing, just add 0. It's not that big a deal. All right? Let's do some math now. Drop it. Multiply. Right? 5 times 1 is equal to 5. So we're going to add 5 right there. And we're going to add it. We drop a 5. Just like that. So far, so good. Okay? Next, we're going to multiply 5 why is it? Come on. Make it do the entire stroke. Maybe it'll be faster that way. 5 times 5, and we get 25 this time. So 25 here, and add it. Okay? Let me make that white. So 0 plus 25 is just, well, 25, right? Next, we're going to multiply 5 times 25, and that gives me 125. So this is 125, and we're going to add it. And because it's my last one, that's going to be my remainder. Negative 126 plus 125 is simply negative 1. Okay? Negative 1. Just like that. And we're done. So now, let's write what our answer is. So for number 3, our answer is, remember, it's third degree, which means that my result is second degree because I'm dividing by a first degree term, first degree polynomial. So I got 1x squared plus 5x plus 25 minus 1 over x minus 5. Just like that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Because it's a 1x squared, I don't even need to write it. I can just keep it as x squared. And that's my answer. Okay? let's check my answer to make sure we're doing everything correct. So it was x cubed minus 126 divided by x minus 5. You see what we get? Hey, look at that. X squared plus 5x plus 25 minus 1 over x minus 5. Let's compare it to what we have. Booyah! We are correct. Look at that. Awesome possum. Let's move on to our next one. This one's going to be fun. Because this one, remember what I said earlier, that the coefficient on the term you're dividing by, it needs to be 1, right? The x minus 5 has a coefficient of 1 next to the x. This one doesn't have that. So this is a different case. So this is what I have for you guys. What number is this? 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. So number 4. And I have this for you guys. This will be fun. 3x squared minus 5x plus 4 divided by 3x plus 1. We're running into a problem. It's not 1 here. All right? So this is what we're going to do. Let me rewrite this real quick as a fraction, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. So 3x squared minus 5x plus 4 divided by, right, 3x plus 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually extract a 3 from the denominator. All right? Bear with me here. I'm going to extract the 3 from the denominator. So I'm going to keep the numerator, 3x squared minus 5x plus 4. And I'm going to extract the 3. 3 times x plus 1/3. Like that. Now this whole thing becomes this. 3x squared minus 5x plus 4 over x plus, sorry, let's keep it color coded, x plus 1/3, but the whole thing is being multiplied by 1/3, right? I'm just taking this out and turning it into a fraction. I'm allowed to do that. Dividing by a whole number is the same thing as multiplying by a fraction. Here's a little example to illustrate it. If I take 10 divided by 2, that's the same thing as saying 10 times a half. So instead of dividing by 3, I'm going to multiply by 1/3. Now I'm going to focus purely on this piece right here. Which means that whatever my answer is, at the end step, I have to multiply by 1/3. Okay? So I'm going to use whatever I have in the blue box for now. So now, what's my root? Well, my root is now, I transform the root, okay? My root is now x plus 1/3 is equal to 0. X equals negative 1/3. That's my root. So I'm going to have negative 1/3 right here. Just like that. I hope you guys are good with multiplying fractions because we're going to use it. Now I'm going to grab my coefficients. 2, 1, 0. We're good. We don't need to add zeros. So we have 3, negative 5, and a 4. Maybe I should write them smaller. Those are gigantic numbers. 3, negative 5, and a plus 4. Remember, we dropped down the first one just like normal. So 3. Now we can start doing some math. Negative 1/3 times 3 is equal to negative 1. And we're going to add it. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. Okay? Now we have negative 1/3 times minus 6, which gives me 2. Right? Yes, 2. So I'm going to multiply, and then remember, you always multiply and then it moves over, right? The result. So negative 1/3 times negative 6 is 2. So I get a 2 right here. So there should technically be a pink 2 right there. Keep it color coded. And then we add 4 plus 2, 6. All right, we're not done, okay? We're not done. Because remember, at the end, right here, remember, we have to bring back the 1/3 that we extracted. So don't get too excited. My result is now going to be, it was second degree, so it drops down to first degree. 3x minus 6 plus 6 over x plus 1/3, right? But because I extracted a 1/3, I need to bring it back. So whatever this here is the same thing as in here. So because it's the same thing, I can substitute it, which means I need to multiply by that missing 1/3. So I got to take 1/3 right there. All right? And the 1/3 distributes into everything back. So now I'm going to erase. No, I'll keep that there for you guys. Let me zoom out and move down. I think that should give me enough room. 1/3 times 3x is just x. 1/3 minus 1/3 times negative 6 is minus 2. Right? And now I'm going to do 1/3 times 6 over x plus 1/3. 1 times 6 is 6. Right? You can multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So 3 times x is just 3x. And 3 times 1/3 is 1. So my final result is plus 6 over 3x plus 1. And this is my answer. That right there, okay? Right there is my answer. So please do not forget to re-multiply by what we extracted. That's why I told you guys that it was like it's a little different. When you have a 1, wonderful, right? But when you don't have a 1, there is a way to do it. Now let's verify my answer. X minus 2 plus 6 over 3x plus 1. We're going to enter our original one and see what we get. So it was 3x squared. So let me rewrite that. 3x squared minus 5x plus 4 divided by 3x plus 1. Moment of truth. X minus 2 plus 6 over 3x plus 1. Let's check it. Hey-oh, I'm good. Good job, guys. Good job. Let's do another one. Okay? So it always helps to work on it from the beginning like I did earlier, where I extracted the 1/3 and then since my x coefficient is now 1, I can just do synthetic division like normal, but never forget to re-multiply by the number we extracted to make that coefficient 1. In this case, I extracted a 3, but the fraction is actually 1/3. So you can divide by 3 too. I mean, it's the same thing as multiplying by a third. But I prefer to do it this way. That's the way it clicks in my head. So let's do another example. I have two more examples for you guys regarding synthetic division. I have the following. What number are we on now? Number 5. Right, number 5. We have x cubed. Let me zoom in. I'm too zoomed out. All right, cool. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 6. And we're dividing by x minus 2. First things first, let me check for any missing terms. 3, 2, 1, 0, we're good. Now let me find my root. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 2. So we're going to put a 2 in the box right here. And now let's get our coefficients. 1, negative 3, 5, and negative 6. Cool. Drop down the 1. Multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. Add. Minus 1. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Add. 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Add. 0. All right, so this one has no remainder, which means that x minus 2 is a root. It's a factor. So my final answer right here is going to be, since it was third degree, it becomes second degree. So x squared minus x plus 3. That's my answer right there. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay? All right. Let's do another one. Number 6. Feel free to pause the video, slow down, or put it on repeat. And as always, if you guys need more work on this, I'll be happy to give you more work on this. And by that I mean I'll do it. So number 6, I have the following. I have 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x plus 15, and I'm dividing the whole thing by x plus 3. All right, let's check our coefficients. 3, 2, 1, 0, we're good. Now let's find our root. X plus 3 is equal to 0, which means that x is equal to negative 3. So we're going to grab negative 3 as our root and put it right there inside the box. Let's bring down our coefficients. We have a 2, 3, minus 4, and 15. Draw our line. Bring down the first one, like that. Now we multiply. Negative 3. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Add. We get negative 3. Multiply again. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. That's an ugly 9. Positive 9. Add. You always add, okay? Add. Negative 4 plus 9 is equal to 5. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Add 0. All right? That means that x plus 3 is a factor of the polynomial, which means that our answer is, it was third degree, right? What we started with. So that means that our answer, our quotient, is second degree. So we have 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. And that's our answer right there. Cool. Cool. And this is going to be our last example of another one. This time, look at the coefficient next to the term we're dividing by. It's not 1, so let's turn it into 1. So 6x plus 5 is the same thing as saying 6 times x plus 5/6. Okay? So this whole thing becomes 6x squared minus 25x minus 25 all over 6 times the quantity x plus 5/6. Just like that. Cool? Since we're dividing by 6, that's the same thing as multiplying by 1/6. Okay? So my whole, the whole transformation becomes 6x squared minus 25x minus 25 all over x plus 5/6. Just like that. Okay, just like that. Let me get my calculator. I have it in my backpack. 1 second. Alright, we're golden. We have it right here. So now let's continue doing our synthetic division. Our root, right? Our root is going to be negative 5/6. So we're going to grab our root and we're going to grab our coefficients. So we have 6 minus 25 minus 25. So 6 minus 25 minus 25. All right, so far so good. We're solving. We are now solving this. Okay, this is what we're solving with our synthetic division. So the end result has to be multiplied by 1/6 to get our final answer. So drop the 6. And now we have negative 5/6 times 6 is negative 5. We add them, right? So negative 25 minus 5 is negative 30. Cool. And now we do negative 5/6 times negative 30. I know that 30 divided by 6 is equal to 5. So our answer is going to be 25. So negative 5/6 times negative 30 is 25. Just like that. And we add them. I'm sorry, this should be pink. 25. And we add them. We get 0. All right. So our final result, for at least for the synthetic part, is 6x minus 30. But remember, we still need that 1/6 right here. So we're going to multiply this whole thing by 1/6. And when we do that, we get 1/6 times 6 is just x. And 1/6 times negative 30 is negative 5. And that's our final answer. Pretty cool. Don't be intimidated by fractions. As you can see in this one, it actually turned out to be something nice. Hey, it's not always going to be the case, but you never know until you try, right? Trust the process. As long as you do the math correctly, you're going to get something nice. 5/6 is not a nice fraction, but look at our final result, x minus 5. That's pretty dang interesting. I hope this gives you guys a little bit more understanding of how to do synthetic division. If you guys need more exercise or more clarity, please let me know. Drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, show your friends. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to message me or leave a comment. And that'll do it for now. So I hope you guys understand synthetic division a little bit better. Peace.